you are part of my APSLOCAL series. Let's go straight into it for my audience who may not be familiar with you. So here we go. Who are you? Where are you from? And what do you do?
So my name is Saida, or DJ Elias. I am born and raised in Antwerp, Belgium. I have Moroccan roots. And what was the last question?
The last question was, what do you do?
So I'm a DJ.
Voila. Okay. So let's go straight into it. I think I first saw you on Gym TV.
Oh my God.
Is that possible?
That's a long.
Yeah. I think you were 15 or 16.
15.
Yeah. I never saw a girl DJ. And I know that is something very weird to say now, but back then I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to point out that you started really early, and I think that's quite special in a non-urban country like Belgium. Let's call it like that. So you are, to me, one of the first female DJs in Belgium. Excuse me if there are other DJs that I didn't know, but just for me, you are the first one I saw on TV. How did you start? Let's go from there.
So, being that you said I've been active for 15 to 16 years, that means that I'm 31 today.
The trilogy train.
Yep. I do not mind. I love it. I'm embracing it. So no issues at all. So yeah, I really started when I was 13 years old. I have a very musical family, very musical background. A little bit cliche, but that's the truth. And I do owe it all to my brother. Back then, DJ Cal, right now is active just a little bit as a DJ. But I really owe it to him and my musical family. Long story short, me and my brother were best friends. We're still best friends. And he used to practice in his room, and I would always be by his side because we had such an amazing relationship. So he would DJ, he would practice. Back then it was vinyl. And I would just be like, after school, just go in and look at him and be like, oh, how cool, da da da. And then one day I decided to try it myself. And it didn't work, totally missed the cues. The record I had already finished and it still didn't blend in the other record. But I was like, I need to be able to do this. I want to do this. And then after school, it became a habit that I would go to his room and just practice until a few days later, I was like, oh my God, I just blended in 2 records and it worked. And that's actually how I got the musical DJ challenge in me. And I was like, oh, let me see what I can do more.
Okay.
And that's how it started. So it was really just a hobby, and then it became a hobby, but never really my intention to
make it a full-time job.
Yeah, no, at all, especially not at that age. It was just a hobby, something that I enjoyed doing, something that I enjoyed watch my brother do, nothing more, nothing less.
And when did the switch come from, okay, I might do this as a living? Because I think many girls who aspire to be a DJ might be interested in that. When did the flip come?
Okay, so I think a year or 2 after I started, practicing and being busy with music, with DJing, a friend of my brother, he was like, oh, we need an opening DJ, can't your sister do it? And my brother was like, she's young, but okay, let me ask. And we had to ask my parents, right? So I went to that gig, and that was my first time being in front of a crowd. Because you're doing the opening slide, you're doing the warming up, there's not really much of a crowd, but that was already very challenging for me because I'm in a club somewhere I'm not really supposed to be at that age.
It was a club?
Yeah, it was a club.
I think clubs are very nerve-wracking personally as a DJ.
Yeah, and my head was just like
barely
over the table, DJ table. It was very funny. But I think people enjoyed me and enjoyed seeing me do that, and they saw that I did it with a lot of passion. And actually, it's very funny because after that one specific gig, everything just took off. Everything took off. And another thing that was remarkable as well, it didn't take off in Belgium. Yeah, I had a lot of. I know how you feel about that. But like I said, my brother would always introduce me to everybody, and he had a lot of friends, you know, as a teenager you're supposed to. And he introduced me to so many friends of his, and those friends were active abroad. And this one specific girl, she was like, oh, but I have connections in Rome, and I have connections in Italy, and this and that and that. She was like, I want to take you under my wing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually started my first gigs. They were actually in many of them in Italy,
Wow.
in Switzerland, and in Holland. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think my turning point was when I started getting gigs at least 2 to 3 times a month.
Okay, nice.
And I was like, oh, okay, so people want to pay me as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. And at this point, I think I was 16 to 17 years old.
What?
Yeah, terrible.
What?
Good but terrible at the same time, because I didn't really have a regular youth. I would go to school and kind of be tired but exciting at the same time, because I was not that regular teenager that would go to grandma's house in the weekends. I'd be in the clubs on the weekend. So it was something I was very happy about, but sometimes a little bit ashamed as well.
Okay.
Very double.
Yeah.
Very double.
Okay. Well, I think that's a solid introduction. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you are probably one of the most busiest female DJs here in Belgium and abroad. Tell us, to give an idea to my audience, where do you play in Belgium, what type of gigs you play, and maybe look back at the last 3 months or so. Let's go.
All right.
Share what you want to share.
So I'm very blessed to have an international career, because that was always my aim. I always knew that I don't want to stay stuck in one place. I want to share my love for music, my love for entertaining people. I want to go above and beyond. And I was very blessed to be able to take my craft across borders. Belgium is my foundation. It will always be my foundation. It will always be home, because that's just the truth. And I just love being away and visiting so many countries, because I feel like, yo, music is really, you know, as cliche as it may sound, it's a language that everybody speaks. Like every year I do a Middle Eastern tour, I do an Asian tour, and every year that tour just gets bigger and longer. And I remember 5 years ago I started going on tour, and I had like 3 bookings, 2 in Japan and 1 in China. But you just grow, and people are like, oh, when's the next time you come? Because, you know, we have a club in Thailand, and we have a club there and there and there. So before I knew, right now, if I go to Asia, it's like a 3-week tour.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I'm just very blessed. That's something like, thank you God, or whoever's working his magic. That's something I'm very happy about. But
shout out management.
Shout out management. Absolutely, yo, everything is about contact. If I can give you one advice, networking. Good team, strong team. Always take care of your team. Be very thankful. That's definitely also one of the foundations. But Belgium, I love Belgium for one specific reason. That's the festival season.
Okay.
There is truly no better festival season than in Belgium. We have the best festival in the world. I'm sorry for all whoever's watching now. I've been to Coachella and I loved Coachella, but I must admit that Tomorrowland is the mother and father of all festivals worldwide, and I'm very blessed to be DJing there. I DJed there a few weeks ago. That was definitely one of the highlights of 2018. I was also very blessed to DJ on the party flights, on the plane.
Oh my God, I saw that! That was so cool!
I DJed on the plane. I still can't believe I DJed on the plane.
That was so cool.
Yes. It was crazy. It got so crazy on the plane that we had so much turbulence, and the pilot was like, please, you need to tell these people to please stay seated.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's how crazy it got. It was amazing. So, okay, shout out to Belgium for that.
I need to know more of that plane moment. What do you play there? Because Tomorrowland dibble dabble in. So maybe explain that.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then try to tell what you played on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So I started as a hip hop DJ. I wouldn't look left or right. To me, hip hop was the answer to everything. Nothing, you couldn't tell me anything else.
Amen.
But as I grew and as I grew older and as I, expanded my DJ career, I grew a specific love for house music. House music in like very wide. I grew a big love for literally the Chicago underground.
Okay.
Shout out to Felix the House Cat. He's the one who I got introduced to, and I was like, oh wow, but he blends in hip hop and so
very loved and much booked in Belgium.
yes, an
Maybe
amazing guy.
maybe less now, but when house was the only thing in Belgium that counts, because Belgium is not known for urban content and urban parties. That changed in the last 3 years. Yes, there have always been urban and hip-hop parties,
Absolutely.
but house was the standard.
Yeah, we had back in the days, we had a club called Zillion, and Zillion was, I think, a club with a capacity of 5,000-6,000 people, and all the big DJs, like I know Chesto and all those big guys, they were there, as well as La Roca. I mean, you gotta see how it is.
Yeah.
It's been really pioneers of the hip hop, of the house music in Belgium. So, automatically my love for house music grew. Once again, shout out to Felix the House Cat. As I grew older, I discovered also the sounds of Loco Dice, a big techno DJ, but also a hip hop bass DJ.
Okay.
And all these people, they put in their own hip hop touch in their techno sets and in their house sets. So I was like, oh my god, wow, this is amazing. And then of course the fusion of the EDM DJs who use hip hop artists like Nicki Minaj, like Florida. So basically, I found myself in a big melting pot.
Yeah, super eclectic, right?
Yeah, very crossover. Pros and cons. But I was like, let me just go with the pro flow. Let me just, get on that boat. So my sets these days are very mixed, very eclectic. But if you book me for a hip hop party, I will still go back to my roots and play 100% hip hop sets. But like this season, I'm very happy to be playing in Ibiza. I have a residency at the #1 club in the world. I still can't believe it.
Wow. Oh my god.
I play every Monday at Club High.
Wow.
Yes, I'm invited by Kati Guetta. She's the ex-wife of David Guetta. She personally called
Big
me.
in the industry?
Big in the industry, absolutely. Even though she's been around for a long time, she's
Veteran.
Absolutely. If you know her history, you should definitely check out her history and where she came from.
I always saw her at I Love Techno. I'm not really sure if that's correct, but I saw her when she still traveled with her husband.
Yep, exactly. That's her story.
Yeah.
That's her story as an entertainer, her husband as a DJ. It's an amazing story. So I'm very blessed to be part of that group this summer, every Monday at Club High, the very first hip hop party.
Wow.
In a house club.
Teacher.
Yo, nuts. Like absolutely crazy. And at first I was like, oh, I hope the crowd will be welcoming, because Ibiza is a very house-minded island, and they're very protective. But then boom, here we are on a Monday night with 50. The party's called Gangstar, with 50 Gangstar girls, very hip hop, very doo-doo-doo. So I was like, oh, but it's going amazing. We just had Tyga as our first guest.
Tyga, ex-Kylie.
Yeah,
He's doing good with that new song.
Yeah, Taste is absolutely a big hit. So yeah, I definitely see a big fusion, crossover, eclectic sound. These days also with reggaeton turned into moombahton, turned into reggae sound, turned into anything. Afrobeat, so it's a big melting pot, and I'm really embracing it. I think it's very, very good for the music industry, not only for hip hop, not only for, I don't want to put genres anymore, because music is music, but it is just a big melting pot right now. There's so much urban going on everywhere in all these places where you're like,
well, it's the biggest streamed genre in the world last year, and I think this year, well, this year's not over, but last year it was. So it's officially the biggest genre, and it surpassed pop and rock.
Yeah, because I know rock at some point was #1.
Yes, it's Radiohead all day, every day, non-stop, 24/7.
Very happy.
Smashing pumpkins, whatever. So let's go back to the plane. Because
Sorry, oh my god, that was so
no, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So let's go back to the plane because I really want to know what songs did you play that you made the pilot say, "Yo, tone it down."
So I played a lot of remixes, like urban songs turned into a house remix. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm not the biggest EDM fan. I totally respect all the DJs and I respect the scene because at some point it was the biggest genre going on in the world for a hot minute. But there are a few EDM tracks that I absolutely love. And for example, the songs that I do want to play are the songs by a friend of mine, DJ Snake.
Okay.
He kind of went.
A friend of yours. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. By now he's a legend.
He's pretty big, no?
Yeah. He's huge. I'm so proud of him and I'm so proud of his his career.
Does he have huge remixes?
Yeah.
Does he have his Stromae remix also? Is that the one with the horn? With I might be wrong.
No, that's okay. But he's definitely one of my examples of a hip hop rooted DJ. Gone, not really 360 because he still plays hip hop in his sets, but he makes a lot of electronic music as well. So people like him and people like Chami and Mercer, they're all part of the Part of My French crew. Those are all hip hop DJs that went total 360 and made house music. And I'm so thankful for these guys because sometimes I feel like I'm so lost. I'm like I love hip hop so much, but then again, you know, house music is really where it's at right now. And if you play on a plane going to Tomorrowland, these people are house-minded.
Definitely.
They're house-minded, although it's changing. Shout out to the hip hop stage this year at Tomorrowland, booking French Montana, booking Jazzy Jeff. I absolutely love that. I was so happy.
Definitely props for the Jazzy Jeff booking.
Yes.
I gotta give it.
Yes, and Jazzy Jeff did an amazing set.
Well, of course, it's Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, but then again, it's Tomorrowland, so
yes,
you know,
but well, for me, there's like a kind of a balance because they had that huge, let's call it scandal, but it was like free advertising as well with the dude who was jumping on the turntables, the Italian dude, whatever. I thought it was kind of funny, created a lot of buzz, pro-con for Tomorrowland, but then they booked one of the best turntablists in the world as well. So I was like, yeah, it balances out. It balanced the whole discussion out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was kind of like, for me also, it's like, yeah, well, Tomorrowland booked DJ Jazzy Jeff, and there's plenty of other festivals who forget to book these veterans.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good one.
Exactly.
That Tomorrowland booked DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where they're really good at. They just know if we're gonna put hip hop, then we gotta go with the best. And that's what you get. But so yeah, on the plane, I played a lot of house music, but then the house that I like, not necessarily the commercial house, not necessarily the radio hits, but
minimal, warm. Is it minimal house or is it like Chicago house with like a lot of soulful voices? Is it Kaitanada house?
No, it's more of the tech house, not techno, not deep house, but something in between. I personally don't like a lot of vocals in my house music. I like samples. I love when people, DJs or producers use hip-hop samples, use just like voices here and there, and that's what I really like. I like it a little bit like aggressive, but not so much the mainstream.
Well, it's funny that you say aggressive because for the few sets that I've seen, there's one thing I gotta give it to you. You play very energetic. If you are tired and you come in the club and she plays a set, you will wake up.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stand out.
It is fire, right? It is,
Yeah.
wake the fuck up, let's go, right?
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not just a DJ. I'm kind of entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Any clubs in Belgium that you play sometimes, or how is that dynamic?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a residency at Club Versus.
Okay.
Me and my team, we have our own party there. It's called Vibester.
Yes.
We pack out the club once a month with a minimum of 3,500 attendees. So.
And yes, for quite a while now, right?
Yes.
A few years,
4
I
years.
see always those Insta stories.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, it's like Full House again over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to the Vibester fans, and I don't like the word fans, the supporters who just show up each and every time. Like customers, absolutely. I mean, there's no us without them. That's just the truth.
Exactly.
And we do not book major artists. We do not book big DJs. It's literally us, the locals, the resident Vibester DJs, and once in a while we'll book more local talent, but we don't book any big acts. So people show up really for us and for what we do, and that's something I totally appreciate. And Versus is just a fucking amazing club. To me, it's one of the best clubs in Belgium. Sound-wise, the production that you can do in that club, it's amazing. It's a dope club.
Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper into the music. What are your favorite current tracks right now? Let's start there.
Yo, right now, the Nicki Minaj album is a beast.
Okay. Shout out Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Sorry, Queen. Sorry.
Queen. Yes. Yeah, she came hard.
What do you play then? Chun-Li? Does that work in the club?
Chun-Li works in the club, and me, I don't care. I just play whatever I like. I play Coco Chanel because.
Okay, but the album is out 2 days or 3 days.
Yeah, I played it.
Okay.
Because
share what the tracks that you like from the album.
Barbie Dreams, of course. I don't think that's really something that I can play in a club here in Europe.
Yeah.
If I'm in New York, I'll definitely play that because she's from Queens and it's just more that mentality. But over here in the clubs in Europe, I definitely play Coco Chanel. Chun-Li, I've been playing that. And if I do like in between a chill set, I'll definitely play Bed with Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Yeah. And the track with Future.
Okay, Sir.
Yeah. Yeah. And Miami's dope too. Oh my god, so many really dope tracks on the album.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she would love to hear this. There's like Nicki points 10. So, and what else?
Cardi B is still killing it in the club. It's undeniable that Bode Kilo is still a song for the girls. Every girl gets like.
It's just a fun song to sing along with.
Absolutely, I think every girl finds herself also in this track. Right now, Travis Scott is doing good as well. Sicko Mode is definitely something that's working in the clubs. Yup. And what else? I mean, Drake, we can't deny it.
Do you play the Kiki track?
I try not to play it.
Yeah.
It's very funny because I played it twice because somebody requested that.
Oh my god, I called it the Kiki track.
Yeah,
I'm
Kiki
sorry.
track.
Yes,
Yes,
it's called in my feeling. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay, you can't help it.
Yeah.
You can't help it. But
Drake points 0. Sorry.
You can't help it. That's normal. But I played it because it was a request twice.
Okay.
It was a request. And very funny. I thought, alright, I'm gonna play it and everybody's gonna be doing the dance. But you know what? No, not really.
Okay.
No. I thought everybody was gonna line up and be like, and it was
like a soul train.
Yeah, it was like let's create a little soul train moment. But
Yeah.
it didn't really happen, and it was like, okay. So if people don't request it, then I don't really play it.
Okay.
I personally don't really like the song. There's a lot of breaks in it. It cuts, it slows down the energy.
Okay. So, you're in a club, and it's not working. It happens to every DJ. It's not working. The crowd. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't like what you're playing. But the vibration is off, and as a DJ, it's your responsibility to alter the vibration so their mindset of the audience can be switched. What do you say as like, okay, this crowd is in front of me, I'm gonna pull this medicine pill out to, you know, Mary Poppins then.
Yeah. Honestly, Be Faithful.
Okay.
Fat Man Scoop track.
Okay.
The 88 record. Well, back in the day it was the 88. Yeah, that one. Who's That Girl always works. EVE. Gasolina always works. Daddy Yankee. Yo, reggaeton always works.
Yes.
You know, reggaeton always works, man. Everybody was laughing at some point, like, oh. It made a major comeback, and guess what? It's really here to stay.
Definitely.
If you know that the biggest artist right now is like Latin people like the J Balvins and the like Ozuna and all these guys.
Definitely.
You have so much respect, especially now that I live in New York. There's
An explosion.
the Latin community. I think it's bigger than the white people or the black people. But yeah.
But it's fun for them that they are represented. That their genre is represented in the charts.
Yeah.
Because before it was always, like you said, this Gasolina track, or hey, there's Shakira.
Yeah.
Hey, with my Chon.
Yeah.
Let's put it in the charts. That's easy, you know. That's
acceptable.
And now I think it's kind of cool for all people from Latin American descent that they have their own vibration in the charts.
Absolutely.
Blended with American culture.
Yeah, and if you see how big Latin America is,
Yeah.
it's a big part of the world as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, those are my go-to tracks. I'm like,
Okay. Is there something you do not play? Is there a track that you say, or a few tracks that you say that you have conscious issues with? Or that, for example, you know that I curate music sometimes, you know, so sometimes I feel guilty to play R. Kelly.
Okay, yeah.
Like I don't really know what to do with that
Yeah.
anymore. Are there tracks that you just say, no, I don't play that?
Yes.
Or that you just simply hate?
Yeah. I personally, listen, I try to not blend in my own, because sometimes it gets a little bit too political, but
True.
but, because you know, at the end of the day, you're an entertainer and you're there to entertain people, but you gotta stay true to yourself.
True.
And that's how you distinguish yourself from all the rest. So I don't really like to support Lil Pump.
The Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang, but just his
Aura.
existence.
Yes. Can we agree that that was a lesser booking on Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
From all the artists?
Yeah.
Because I
was there during his set. My friends were like, I don't know, we don't have to go see him. There's like Solomon playing on this stage. And I was like, I just want to go and see, and I hope he realizes that he's on one of the biggest stages of the world. I hope he realized that this booking is a big booking for him. And he was there. But when you start degrading the crowd, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, with the whole mumble rap, and I know, you know, hip hop is not what it was before. I understand that. But for a 17-year-old to go and rap about Xanax and rap about, I was like, yo, sit down. You're a kid. My personal opinion. And alright, you're 17 years old, you want to rap about Gucci Gang. When I was 17, I did not know what Gucci was. But, you know, times change, and that's totally fine. But, you know, a kid still has to be a kid, and if you're a teenager, you need to try and be a teenager, because, you know, life makes you grow up so quick. So try to enjoy while you're there. No need for you to pop Xannies at 17 years old. Unless you have issues, but then you have to go to mental care. My opinion. Sorry to all the Lil Pump fans, and I respect everybody, but that's just my opinion. You know, but I think it's like, not to make us look old, but I think it's an age thing.
Probably.
Because obviously, like, you know, like the youngsters of his era, they all love him. Yeah. So that's why, that's why I said that's my opinion, and that's something that there's like so much more music. I don't have to play him. There are a million hits. I don't have to play him. And if I don't have to play him, then I won't play him. Or that, you know, that jar.
But that's fair.
That's okay, yeah.
Okay. Any other tracks that you want to share that are like, you know what? No. Like, no. I'm not going to play this.
There was a minute where I really didn't like the lyrics of EXO Tour, Lil Uzi Vert.
Okay.
Push Me to the Edge, All My Friends Are Dead. But it's a fun song to play. But you know, people sing along, and I don't wanna. But then again, sometimes you don't need to think that deep about it. It's a song you played, people have a good time, and that's it. But sometimes the content of and the lyrics of these new generation rappers, they don't really apply to.
Words have power. Yeah.
Yeah, words have power, and I don't want. I mean, I know that right now when I'm playing it at the club, I know that the next person is not going to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's what I hope that people won't do because they have more sense.
Yeah.
But you know, there are a lot of people who really hold on to these songs and to like Tentacion.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, oof.
I know.
So I try to avoid that.
You talked requests. How do you deal with that? Because sometimes you see a lot of status and tweets is like, do not ask me requests, or a lot of memes about that. Like, what's your personal take on that, about requests? Because people are people sometimes.
Absolutely, and you can't blame them. Like, they come to the club or they come to a party, they want to have a good time, and if that song makes them extra happy, listen, I always try. First of all, if I have the song, I'll try and play it, but on my terms. I'm not going to stop the music and play that song because you want it. No, like we're not going to do that. If I'm going there and if it fits in my set, then I'll try to play it. Same thing within my feelings, you know. I know it's a hit and people kind of expect for me to play it, but so I'll try. If it's a song that I absolutely don't like, then I'm not going to play it. Definitely. If you're asking me, if you're going to request me a little pump song, I'll be like, sorry, I don't have that.
Yeah.
But if it's something, you know, like an in between, like in my feelings, I'm like, all right, I'll try and I'll play it.
Okay.
I'm not somebody who'd be like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not like that.
Yeah. What's your vision about being a girl in, until the last 3 years, a pretty male-dominated industry? Music industry is a male industry, hip-hop is a male industry, and techno is also, there have been more female DJs throughout the years, last decade, definitely, than female DJs, I think, overall, in house and techno. So, how was your journey there? Do people take you serious or not? For a while, you've been, at least here in Belgium, you've been the only one.
Yeah, I've been one of the first, yeah, definitely. In hip-hop, I think I was one of the first.
Yeah.
When I started, like there was a time where I suffered. I used to not gain the respect that I deserved. I did not get the respect that I deserved because you're a female, and also the age thing, you know, I was very young. So like, oh, what the hell, what is a little girl doing here? So I really had to battle hard to get the respect that I earned, and at some point, one thing I never thought about giving up. Because at some point I really got, how do you say it? I really got
Discouraged?
No, not discouraged, but people were like picking on me.
Bullied?
Yeah, I got bullied. That was the word. I got bullied. Well, I got bullied at school, but I got bullied also just in
the game?
Yeah, I got bullied. Yeah, and the very sad part was I got bullied in my circle because I was taking off and I was going places and DJing places where the others also wanted to play, and they were like, And of course, it's male dominated, so all the club owners and all the promoters, they were all male. But I was so young, so I was like, yo, what you're saying does not make no sense. The rumors that you're spreading makes no sense because I'm only 17, 18 years old. Like, no. And back in the days, it wasn't very common. Like, the girls back then were still girls. Right now, if I look at my cousins, they're like 18 years old, but they're like, poof, they look better than me. They're nicer than me. They're prettier than me. They're more fashionable than me. But back in the days, it wasn't like that. No. So I really, really had to work super hard, and I did that by never giving up, by practicing more. Like, I started to scratch, and I started to do all these things, and I even started to dress like a boy. I used to wear baggy pants. I used to wear, like, my go-to wear Air Force Ones. I used to only wear Air Force Ones. I used to go to the guy section and buy Levi's so I could, because the one for girls are more fitted. So I would go to the guy section and buy baggy Levi's, and I would wear jerseys, and I would wear baggy t-shirts and go in that whole thing. Yeah. I would not wear makeup. One thing, my hair was always done. Shouts to my mom. My hair was always done. But I wouldn't wear makeup. I would wear caps backwards. Really start to dress like a boy. Almost act like a boy because you're like, yo, I'm one of the boys.
Yeah, I think I saw that type of look when you were on Gym TV.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, wow, this girl looks like she's from the Bronx.
To the point that people thought I was a lesbian.
What?
Yeah.
Huh? For real? Oh my god.
So yo, I earned my stripes, and that's to like shout out to everybody who's trying to get there. But let me tell you, it's really easier right now because there's a lot of people who paved that way. And sometimes, not to tap myself on the back, but sometimes you need to stop and think about like, oh, how was it 15 or 20 years ago?
No, exactly.
It was not like how it is now, so don't take that for granted. Be thankful. It's like it's music. It shouldn't be male or female or this or that. It's music. Because if you look at Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, they're better than the Lil Pumps and all these guys, and they're all males. So it shouldn't be labeled. But just one thing that I do want to say is that whether you're male or female, but I guess I want to lean more towards the girls. Please do it because it's your passion. Don't do it for other reasons, and that's something that gets me really upset. Also, with the guys, but the girls, we get judged quicker, and that's the issue. I was like, please, let's not go that route. Mm-hmm. Let's show them that, all right, we're female, but we have this talent as well. And sometimes I see that some girls, some females, they do it for the wrong reasons, and I'm like, it's a bummer because now we're another cliche.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please, whether you're male or female, but more towards a girl, please do it with your heart because you want to do it, because you're passionate, because you want to entertain it, because you have such a big love for music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a solid advice for everything that you want to do
Absolutely.
in life, because as I say many times, a hobby that you turn into a job becomes work. So you really got to make sure that you really, 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 really love your job.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, you will not keep up. Because you might get booked in that fancy club once, and that's personally one of the main reasons I never had the ambition to chase DJ bookings or that type of bookings and let it flow like it is, because I think it's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's a hard job. You don't get to choose in the beginning of your career as a DJ when you're going to play from 11 to 1, from 1 to 3, or from 3 to 5. How are you going to get home? All those things.
Oh my God.
It's a nightlife. Yeah.
Stories.
It's a nightlife job, and back in the day there wasn't social media.
No, we had to go
talk
on
about it.
No, we had to literally have our posters printed, have our flyers printed, and go on the street.
Yeah.
I'm from Antwerp City. We would go to the Mer,
Yeah.
the biggest strip, and be like, hey, want to go to that party tonight? Hey, look at this party. You gotta. So we put in so much work. Listen, in any job, in any career, if your heart is not in it, you will not last.
Yeah.
So,
Amen. So let's talk a bit about the glam part of the job and the glam part as in the perks, but also the glam part as in a male DJ can do a set from 1 to 3, hang in the club until 6, do drugs, drink a bottle of Hennessy, Jack Daniels, party until 11, come home, sleep the day, and then the next day show up all pale, smelly, behind. I'm painting a very bad picture. I've seen some examples, what can I say? But go to the club and just do it all over again, because they don't have to be worried about, am I going to look good in this picture?
Oh yeah.
So that part I'm like interested in, and I want to know what you think are a few of the challenging parts of the job that you would wish to share with girls who want to be a DJ, that you think is important, like, there's this girl who's watching right now, she's 16 years old. These are the hard parts, let me tell you. So, glam, this is the fun part, the look part, the nightlife part, and the part that is a tough thing to keep up. Let's go.
A tough thing to keep up definitely is keeping it real with yourself.
Okay.
And and making sure you're there with the right intentions, because you want to please a crowd and you're doing this with the right intentions. And then, of course, 2018, the looks is a big part of who they're booking.
Yeah.
Because, oh, she looks good, titties out, ass out, alright. But don't get misled by that, because me doing it for 16 years, come up, never really spend a lot of time and money on the way I look, because back in the days I had to buy records. My money went to the records, it didn't go to my outfits. Now these days, times have changed. Of course, you cannot stop it, so you gotta go with the flow. And yeah, you gotta spend money on, oh, I have to put makeup on my face. Oh, let me buy this cute outfit. But I already wore this outfit, so I cannot wear it next week, because I already have a picture on Instagram with that outfit.
Oh shit,
so
yes.
you gotta invest in that too right now. It has become something to invest in. Back in the days, no. Back in the days though, it was I was very into jersey and very into basketball. I was a big fan of Allen Iverson. Yo, I got the Sixers jersey, I got the Allen Iverson jersey. So that was a different thing, but people were not really into now people go out and they want to be seen. The DJ wants to be seen because you're standing there and all eyes are on you, and it's not only about the music anymore, but it's about, who's standing behind the ones and twos. So yeah, just like right now, put on some makeup and go. In my free time, I don't put makeup on at all. I really just do it for work and festivals and interviews and stuff like that.
The protection of bad photographers?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real.
That's true. So it has
concealer, because some dude might snatch you up from frog profile, or with the shadow under your eyes, or extra deep, and then they're snap. That's the picture.
That's the money shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, times have changed, so it's also about your appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But do what you like. Don't go and follow everybody on social media. Don't because there's girls in tiny outfits that you have to do that. I don't do that anymore. Still have my share of great bookings. Just try to be yourself, and don't really follow the hypes. Although I know it's hard to not follow the hypes, try to be yourself, because that's the only way you're going to stand out from all these hypebeasts and everybody who's doing it for the gram and to try to fit in. You don't have to fit in. Be yourself.
Yeah, and with music, it's very simple. If you don't manage to catch and dominate the vibration of the room in some type of way, whether it is atmospheric or hype, or as an opener or as a closer, because I do think that all those phases in the night are very important.
Very important.
And it's all a different type of music flow. If your set sucks, then nobody will care about your titties or the fact that you are wearing vêtements or whatever the fuck ever.
Amen.
Yes. Let's talk about the fun stuff.
Yeah,
the opportunities that you get as a DJ is different than any other job. So elaborate on that a little bit.
I've been to places, I've been to countries I thought I would never visit. Or I thought I would never have the money to visit or the time. The furthest that I've ever been was this little island called La Réunion.
Oh my.
It's next to Madagascar, it's next to Mauritius Islands, I guess. In English it's called the Reunion Islands.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of France. But that was my longest, that was a 12-hour straight flight to the other side of the world. It's like this on the map.
Yeah.
And my music brought me there.
Wow.
Yeah, so I DJed in Russia. I've DJed in every continent except for Australia. So if there's any Australian people, holla at me. I've been everywhere. I've been to India. I've been to so many places that I thought where would I find the time?
Mm-hmm.
Where would I have the money?
To land there.
Yeah, to get there. And I am a big traveler. My family is big on traveling and big on cultures. So I always had that little spice on my butt, like, oh, I want to go there, I want to see this, and I want to, get to know all the people in the world. But yeah, these are definitely the big perks, and of course, I'm very blessed with having those opportunities, having an international career.
Definitely.
So that's, to me, the biggest plus. Getting to travel and getting to know different cultures and unite with people through music. Such a big blessing.
And the cons. There's this 16-year-old girl, she wants to start. Let's give it to her straight up.
Listen, it's hard. It's a hard world because, especially these days with social media, you gotta prove yourself double so hard. But if we have to go straight to facts, you gotta be somebody who's willing to survive nightlife. Nightlife, it looks fun and games on the gram, but nightlife can kill you. Like a few years ago, I had a crush. I landed in a hospital because it was just too much. Yeah, I think I had a burnout. They didn't really know what I had, but I think it was just really burnout.
That's quite possible.
I had a burnout. I think I was just very tired because you're in that train, and the train just keeps going and going, and you're getting requests and bookings, and you're traveling, and you're going from one time zone to another. And I'm not even the Avicii type, but look at what happened to Avicii. It was, it was an addiction, but it was also just a pressure.
A huge pressure.
Yeah, the pressure was just enormous. And you're on private jets, and you're traveling all these beautiful countries. And I am somebody who tries to, if I go on tour in Asia, I try to have at least one off day in between booking. Or if I do 2-3 gigs, then I try to have 2-3 off days. But these guys, like the Chestos, and they don't have off days. They just go. Of course, it's something you also choose, but sometimes there's so much pressure, and so you need to balance it out. Nightlife is nothing funny. I thank the Lord that I don't drink or take drugs. That's also something that I think is keeping me.
It helps.
I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle, try to drink a lot of water, try to work out. So
I think it's common sense that if you drink a lot, every time that you DJ, it's the same with, because I used to work in bars a lot.
Yeah.
It's the same, many of my colleagues drank to keep up, because after a while you get sick of nightlife serving people. But for me, I could never do it because the next morning I was...
You have to recover from so much drinking and doing drugs.
Yeah.
So, it's better to do it the natural way. So there's going to be a lot of temptations as well,
Yeah.
A lot of temptations to stay stuck in the life of nightlife because it becomes a lifestyle. But I try to, be Lady S when I'm DJing, but be just myself, like Saira, be right now, be the wife, be the daughter, be the friend, be the auntie, because it's important, and everything has to do with your environment. Try to stick really to your day one friends. You're going to meet so many people, and you're going to meet so many people that are there for the wrong reason, want to hang out with you for the wrong reasons, but trust me, they'll fall off. But try to keep your day one humble environment. Try to stick to those people as well. Don't ever cut them off. Because they're the ones who's going to keep you with both feet on the ground and be like, yo, I'm still, started out from 2020, Antwerp 2020, my hood is called Kiel. I'm still, one of those Kiel girls, That's how it is. And I think my family and my good friends keep me grounded and keep me, I'm not the cocky person, but it's very important to just know really where you came from.
Definitely.
And
I think that's solid, some very solid advice.
Yeah, I think that's important, yeah.
Okay.
And be yourself.
What's your take on the evolution from vinyl versus Serato versus USB? Let's go.
A gift and a curse. I started with only vinyl. But then my international career started, and now I had to move all these vinyls to the next destination.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes.
The typical challenge of a DJ, even no matter where, back in the day, it wasn't like, oh, here I am with my USB. You had to drag those records, those vinyls.
It was all fun and games until you had an international booking, hoping that your vinyls get on the plane.
Wow.
Because you're only 24 hours in that country, you're there to do your job.
Yeah.
hoping that they will be on the. I would not even. I remember one of my first gigs in Rome. You're like, oh my god, no, I don't need an outfit, because I need those pounds, 50 pounds, 23 kilos. I need all my pounds. I need them. So I need to fill up my suitcases to fill them up with records, because you don't know what the DJ before you is gonna do. You're only limited to a certain amount of records. Like I think one DJ said was about 50 records. So you want to take 60, 70 records because you don't know what the DJ before is gonna play and DJ after you. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. Playing records was not easy. We didn't have cue points. If you wanted to have a cue point, you would have to go take a sticker and put it like, all right, so this is my cue point, and we would do 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
Jesus.
That was your cue point. So it was not like, oh, cue points, let me get a record box right now, Pioneer. Cue points, okay, no, we had to look for your cue point.
It was a lot more technical.
Yeah, technical, much more technical. Very charming as well. Like, I would not trade anything for all the knowledge, and I'm so thankful that I'm an 80s baby, and I'm so thankful that I got to
experience that.
It was magical. It was, and doing like, back to back, like, okay, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Oh, it was dope. It was so cool. That was like artistry.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You were a DJ. If you knew how to scratch, and if you knew how to do, in Belgium we call it pas, back to back. If you know how to do that, people would cheer for you. Be like, wow, she did that, or oh, he did that. Mm-hmm. People would cheer for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all about selecting the right tracks and playing the hits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which is cool too. Like, I'm totally not gonna hate on the new school DJs, because shout out to Serato, shout out to Pioneer. They changed my life for the better.
It's much easier.
Much easier. I'm a Serato DJ.
And I'm not I'm not using the word easy as in, oh, it's easy, but in the function, my English, I'm sorry, the usability of everything, the functionality, how you travel with music, how you can catalog things, how you can
absolutely
put things in different genres and sets and all that.
Sound
effects.
Everything is just so much easier. Of course, it totally made my life easier. My international career easier, made me able to travel all these places. I mean, I'm determined. If I had to carry these crates all the way to Japan, I would take my crates to Japan, no problem at all. But it makes life easier. Yeah. That's just a plus. But then, now you got this whole flow of new school DJs.
The USB era.
The USB era, like, you don't even have to buy a laptop these days. Buy a solid USB, fill it up with songs, go to the club, and put down a set. Mm-hmm. So I miss a lot of knowledge. Like these days, I miss a lot of knowledge, knowledgeable DJs. Like, what do you know? But also just, like, I don't see artists anymore. I don't see people scratch anymore. I don't see people doing tricks anymore. Just giving that extra flavor, because we did not have sound effects. Our hands were our sound effects.
True.
Because if you were doing the back-to-back, if you were doing a backspin like boom, that was your sound effect. Mm-hmm. The MC was your sound effect. That was all.
Do you like an MC with your sets, or do you? Because sometimes you do it yourself.
Yeah, I prefer doing it myself.
But I really admire that.
Yeah, no, I feel like it gives you that extra boost, and because you know what you're playing, and you know that, all right, if I'm going to start the record,
I really respect that you're doing that yourself.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to have it another way. Unless it's like a big name MC, but I like to just host my set myself, because I know what I'm going to play, when I'm going to play, where I'm going to play, what I'm going to say while I'm playing this.
Yeah.
I think it's just a better feeling interaction with the crowd. But the evolution, everything has pros and cons, but that's just how it is, and you have to accept it and have to go with it. You cannot rebel against it.
Yes, because kids these days forget that they will age every year. It goes so fast, I'm telling you all. It goes like pah. But the reason why I'm telling that is that you do grow older, and what keeps you young is to be open for technology, always.
No, absolutely. Like, it's undeniable, and it's something you cannot stop, But I'm also very well aware that, you know, tomorrow there might be a new lady S who looks better, who can do it better, who, you know, so you gotta be open for that, and that's why you gotta go with the new school, with the new technology, with everything that's new that has to offer.
I'm gonna interrupt you there because I don't agree with the who looks better, because it matters maybe in the beginning to get that first booking because somebody is fresh and they look a certain way, okay, fine. But in the end, it comes down to, are you on time? Are you friendly? Is your communication with the booking nice? Is your set list good? Is your relationship with the people of the club that? If all that fails, you looking good will not make the difference.
I know, it's true. But
And you are a very, very beautiful woman, I'm sorry. So you have that and your professionality, let them come. So,
I'm open-minded. I welcome everybody. If I can help anybody, I'm also very much like that. If I can help anybody, I will do it. I'm not selfish.
You also produce yourself. So from time to time, you're dabbling in that department. Shortly, what would you like to say about that for my audience to know about that side of you?
I made a few remixes, a few bootlegs, but definitely one of my biggest focuses right now is producing myself, like producing original tracks. That's definitely my main focus right now, because I feel like for me personally, you know, been DJing for 16 years, I think that's what's gonna take me to the next level, whatever that level might be. I think I need a new spark in my career to just, you know, a little bit of change. I feel like I need a little bit of change right now.
Also an evolution in your craftsmanship in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, producing and playing the music, I mean, it goes hand in hand, of course. And yeah, I definitely want to work with artists. I want to work with rappers, males, female. Maybe I want to be DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Maybe I want to be DJ Khaled.
Okay, fair. I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this. You could be this counterpart, indeed.
The female DJ Khaled.
I would go for it. I would go for it.
Stay tuned.
So let's talk about, very briefly, favorite Belgian urban artists, because it's a Polaroid story. That's what we cover most. Favorite Belgian urban artist that you play in the club and that you play at home. And if you don't play it in the club, then that's just honest, because tracks are tracks.
Yeah.
You know, so let's start with, is there a Belgian urban artist that you say, he has this track and it works in the club?
Yeah, definitely. Woody Smalls.
Okay.
I think Woody Smalls definitely made also records for the club, because that's something I get many times. They're like, oh yeah, but you don't play me in the club. But you're not making club records.
What do you play? Do you consider Tokyo Drift as a...
Yeah. Tokyo Drift definitely is very first single. Forgot the title.
Pass the Dutch. Yeah.
Pass the Dutch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Pass the Dutch, you know. That's
very
like,
fun track.
That's
It's
like a club record. I Love Kids.
Okay.
Oh my god, Yoshi's new single is so dope. Honestly, like, those are the two Belgian artists that I play in the club and I listen to in my car. I also played I played Selassou in my festival sets when she had that big hit. But
which one?
The one where she's super reggae. But yeah, so I feel like those are the people, primarily Woody Smalls and Kid. I feel like they make club music, and I can definitely bump them and we can have a party.
Yeah, I have to say that Kid, for me, makes in Belgium the most credible stoner music. Because, you know, it's not...
I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes, I know you will. Because, and I like his high hopes.
Yeah,
merchandise.
Yes.
Where is my package, dude? I'm sorry. No, but I really like that because, I mean, I think it's and I am a smoker, so I think there's an art in a good stoner track. Wiz Khalifa has a few.
Yep.
Young Thug has I'm a Stoner, which is my anthem. No, I'm joking. But you know, and he has a few tracks that I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I believe this.
Honestly,
you know?
yeah. So I definitely, I totally respect everybody who's trying out there. The Color Grey makes amazing music, not club music, but he knows that.
Yeah.
I know that's not his thing.
So that is something that you would play at home.
I would play that at home. Dutch Norris, love Dutch Norris.
Okay.
But once again, it doesn't really fit my DJ sets. Koeli, of course, absolutely love her. Yeah, those are definitely my top 5.
Okay. You're from Antwerp, Belgian, bred, Moroccan roots, and then you ended up in the States.
Yes!
The land of opportunity.
Definitely the land of opportunity, yes.
Tell me a little bit what you want to share about how you got there and how that crossover has been for you moving countries with the job that you have.
Yes. So I moved there in October 2017 because love led me there. I got married.
It's the best thing. Honestly.
It wasn't really by
seriously.
choice. It was by love. So
Bless
yeah, thank you. So I've been there for only 7 months. I've only been there for 7 months, and honestly, it's been very overwhelming. Cause
you. Where do you live?
I live in New York. I live in Queens, in Long Island City. New York is magic. New York is magical, but when you move to New York, you need to find yourself first.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is some deep shit that you're telling me right now.
Yes, you know
Explain.
why? Because you have America and you have New York. New York is so fast-paced, and even when people go on vacation, they're like, oh, we came back even more exhausted than when we left. But everybody tells me, oh, but we came back with such good energy. It's a city that feeds you but exhausts you at the same time. So going there on vacation or going there on a working trip is different than going there as a new citizen. Because this is it, and now you have to go and survive, and it's literally the concrete jungle, you know? It's really like, alright, and I feel that the past 7 months, I haven't necessarily been working because of other administrative issues. Or just which are not issues, regulations of the country. You know, you're a newcomer, you need to
There's a
follow,
a whole process.
Like, so yeah, I've been there for 7 months. So because of that, I wasn't really able to work yet. But I thought, you know, like I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a woman. I don't take no for an answer. I try to make the best out of any situation, even if it's negative. Let's try to get the positive out of it. So in my head, I was like, I'm moving to the US. My life continues, my career continues. Let's go and get it. But what I didn't know was you need to allow yourself time to get to know your surroundings. And I was very hard on myself. After 2 months, I was like, oh wait, I'm not working. So I kind of went into panic mode, but you gotta allow yourself to get to know the New Yorker and get to know how business goes in a different country, in a different city. So the last 7 months was definitely adapting and learning.
Wow.
And I learned so much. And now I feel ready. I feel ready to go with the New York flow, to go with
New York grind.
Yep, because it's a grind. Yo, when you know, you hear about the New York hustle. Trust me, it
The
is
American
a
hustle.
Yeah. So it's definitely hard, and I was actually very happy that, like, looking back at it now, like, all right, I actually learned a lot. I would take on meetings just to figure out how they think. Like, okay, so this, take notes. And it was just the best school that that I had the past few months to just learn on how everything works. You know, it's a gift and a curse. You miss your family, you miss your friends, you miss your natural habitat, you know. Especially you were taking out of something and you're like, "Bleh." It definitely takes a certain person to make this big change in their life. But I look at it as a blessing. I also feel like it has opened new doors. It has opened maybe more doors in those few months than I've been, you know, here in Belgium.
For all the
Definitely the land of opportunities. One thing that I do want to say is that in New York or in America, people give you the opportunity. One opportunity, so don't fuck it up. You only get one opportunity to give you the opportunity. They give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
While that over here, now I speak for Belgium, people are very like, what? No, they only go with what they know. And then I'm very open to the new, especially in our business. In New York, they're like, all right, you're the new girl in town. Let me listen to your story. You better make it a dope-ass story. You better sell yourself really good.
True.
But at least they give you the opportunity. Like, I've been to meetings where people are like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yes,
Just sending out an email thinking, oh, they'll never reply.
You moved to the States, but you built a career so solid over 15 years that you can always come back. And you came back here, and I think last summer as well, booking after booking after booking, and I think it's the fruits of your labor. Correct?
I'm very happy and I'm very blessed. Shout out to everybody who just welcomes me again with open arms.
It looks like you had, yet again, an amazing summer.
Oh my god, yes. So happy with all the festivals I played at. I literally only played at the best. The nicest people. People that wait after my gig, they just wait because they want to have that picture because they're like, oh, but you're going back to the States soon. And so I'm very happy about that. That, like I said, you can have an international career, but you got to make sure that your home base is your solid base. You got to make sure you're good at home first. And I'm very blessed that I have good contacts and that I always stayed in touch with people and that I just have good relationships. So it's vice versa. Like I deal with good people, but I think that I'm an honest person who will always give 100. That they know, like, no matter where you're gonna put me, if I will ever be the DJ Khaled, the female DJ Khaled, I will always think back of these days, and I'll always come back to Belgium no matter what, because that's the foundation. That's the foundation.
Amen. What are a few of the dreams and wishes and plans for the rest of 2018 that you are comfortable to share? And it doesn't have to be any big. If you say, I just want to feel comfortable in New York and be happy right now, then that's a solid answer. So.
Yeah, I just want to continue to make it my home, because it is my new home. Hopefully I can be as successful in the US and that I can share my musical experience, my musical journey. I hope I can expand it throughout the US.
Okay, let me interrupt you there real quick. I believe in I'm so tired. I slept 3 hours. I'm so sorry. I believe in that words have power and that speaking things out.
Existence.
Thank you, Sandra. I couldn't come up with it for the life of me. So, if there's something in New York that you would really love to do, speak it out. You're not gonna watch this anyway. What would make you happy professionally there? Even if it's just an opportunity to, somebody giving you a shot at, I don't know what, but you were like, just give me that shot and I'll go for it. I'll run with it.
I want to make music with the big producers. I want to make music with the big artists.
Okay.
Bookings, it's easy. Okay. But that musical experience of sitting in a studio with somebody who worked with the big people, not even the big people, somebody who shares the same passion as me, because it's always about passion, but I want to make music. Right now, I want to make music, and I think me shifting to the US is going to be perfect for that. That's something I want to do. And definitely bring a little bit of the European sound. Like a little bit of what we do here. I want to bring that to the US and then we can merge. I want to merge. Yeah.
Okay. So we come to the final question. It's my gimmick question. I ask it to everybody that I meet. So regardless if you're Belgian or not. So here we go. For both my Belgian as my American audience and everybody else who's watching. If I say Belgium, what 3 words pop in your head now?
Fries, diamonds, and chocolates.
Oh shit, thank you so much for this answer. That's a really good one with the diamonds.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, I live in Antwerp. It's the diamond district of the world. And once again, fries, guys, they're not French. Please, please, fries are Belgian. End of discussion. I don't want to... The discussion is not open.
Look, I'm going to tell you something for my American audience. Listen to what I say. The French try to steal our fries, okay?
Yeah.
There is no such thing as French fries. Ça n'existe pas.
No,
it's not a thing. They are Belgian fries.
Yes.
So if you are in New York and you see Belgian fries, that's where you need to go.
Knowledge.
And we eat them with mayonnaise. Okay?
A lot.
Okay, so thank you so much, Diana. I think this was an
me.
awesome conversation. I hope my audience will like it. And now we're going to take the Polaroid pictures.
Just go.